awareness raising shows with a commitment to preserve the land and to speak, as I've just said, for the land. And the community has really responded well, including the decision makers, including, like the land trusts and many people. So several important, beautiful pieces of nature, the coastline and other places have been preserved. But it was just, I was thinking earlier that the reason why the art group was successful is that our paintings are what our paintings are, what we put into them. But in many ways, the beauty of our audience, what they were feeling for these places, that completed that. They were open to that message. They had those experiences of reverence in those spaces. So without that, without the receptive community here in Santa Barbara, this very environmentally aware, very, quality of life conscious, very, like beyond, a little past survival mode, our paintings would not have hit such a sweet spot, So that tells me that the viewer has to bring their aliveness and their, awareness to something and not just come, if you're bored and you want squares with colors or something else to wake you up, entertain you or something. And maybe that's just too, maybe I'm just now blabbing, but so one question is what I want is, what I was hoping is that I didn't prepare any of this. What I was hoping is that a muse would be talking to me, and I'm just passing stuff. I don't know what I said, but I was hoping that like in those things that some phrase or something hit you in your life, that you go, okay, my work is important, my work is beautiful, my contribution to the world is great, and I want to bring that a little more alive. So if you have those type of questions or comments or whatever, what you say might pass on to somebody else. And I think that that's the thing, is like people and nature wake people up or put them to sleep, either way, I mean, you hear the news, I know, you have to turn it off, because I feel kind of getting like, oh God, it's horrible, this world is horrible, this life is horrible, I want to go be here. So anyway, who has something they just want to put in space? Or your question? Doesn't have to be deep or anything.
Right.
Whatever is.
The world is
right.
horrible right now, and I'm not painting. I used to paint, but I haven't painted in a while. But what I'm doing is I'm getting a picture and hoping to change the world in a novel that I'm writing. And it's
cool.
a fantasy, but it's what I hope for the world to be.
Terrific.
There you go. But so are you writing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Actually, I just had it.
But your feeling is that the world is horrible?
Oh well, certainly the news tells you the world is horrible. Yeah. But I know on a much deeper spiritual level, the world is exactly the way it should be right now.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is exactly the way it should be right now. And how we react to it, what we do for it, to it, makes us who we are.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll say that all of these paintings have a certain peacefulness to them. That's what they make me feel.
Uh-huh.
And I live in your 100 acres, so
you recognize them?
I do very much, and I can go to any one of those spots and feel really comfortable and at home, and all as well with the world if I was there.
Yeah.
But I think you did a wonderful job capturing the serene and peacefulness of our community.
I appreciate that. And you know what? There's an attitude that, it's cool and it's free, that you have your canvas and your God in your canvas, and you paint the happy tree, and if you see something happy tree over there, you're going to bring it over here and you put another one, and the painting is the thing. And that's cool, it's fine. But I went back to a place that I painted 20 years ago. I started painting, and I went back, and of course trees have grown and whatnot, but I was able to kind of go, as close, and then boom, the sweet spot, that's where it was. The path goes this much from the trees are still like that, and I'm going, I just kind of go, whatever that is that makes me not want to change things and just honor what's there and find a place that talks to me instead of making it talk by changing it, whatever that is, it might be a shortcoming, I don't know. I appreciate it because it's cool that I'm not trying to, it's not about me doing things, it's about what's real there talking to me, So I just say that I appreciated that.
Did you?
And so yeah, you'll find these places, and they'll look just like that.
Did you repaint that same spot?
Yeah, this was for our show we just had for More Mesa.
Uh-huh.
It's you have a long hike to go to this place, and I repainted it. I had to bury some, it was another time of year, so the grasses were different and whatnot, but the trees and the ocean, the relationships were the same. Yeah.
Interesting study.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that I've so far, unlike the man that was talking to you, haven't become bored with a lot of the work that I see the Oak Group do, and I kind of relate it to how I feel when I go out in nature. Like I'm not somebody that enjoys like going to church or temples or things like that, but I feel I think the most moved when I go out into nature and see things, and just I don't have to tell people about them. I don't write poetry or anything about them. Just get brings this feeling in myself that is just a really great feeling, and I think that's what I find when I connect with a lot of these paintings, is that it gives me that feeling too, that it's kind of riveting, that like I look at those clouds and it reminds me of being out walking at night and with the moon, or I look at the eucalyptus tree behind you there, and I can imagine being out on the bluffs and the wind's blowing and you're kind of looking down towards Point Magoo, and there's movement in the air, and just that feel, and that's what I feel. I wonder, maybe that person or others that are so critical of landscape, just maybe they're removed from nature or something to a certain degree that doesn't click with them. But I don't know. That's why I really truly enjoy a lot of the work that you do and other people in the Oak Group. It's just a pleasure to be around it, and to look. You'd have to look at it every day, even, but you look at it, you're reminded, like, wow, what a great feeling I have, and I can really look up there and see the moon, shining through the clouds like that. It's just it's a great feeling, and I think that maybe some of the people are missing that connection with nature, that maybe that's why they feel that way. I don't know, just an observation.
Yeah. Two things I wanted to say. So, I don't know if you've seen, but I recommend it highly to go to Meredith Abbott's show at Sullivan Goss Gallery. She has about 44 paintings, and something about home and paradise is the title of it. And she's a person who paints all the time, and her paintings are like a journal. Yeah, and they tell the story of her life, where she's been, what she's doing, and just her florals are crazy good. They're just really, really excellent. She's such a fine painter. But the other thing is, in your work, you're really, excellent craftsman. And for anything, we don't have to paint to deliver what nature brings to us. That inspiration. It's something that's hard to say what it is, but it's like an integrity. It's like a grounded thing, you know, that you're gonna do real things. You know, you're gonna do not. You know that you're going to honor life. You know, with your work, with what you do, with what you say, how you act with your partner, and all that. You know, it's like a really good source of energy. Nature is, you know, and I. You know, I talked about not being engaged, and that did happen. But then the other thing that you have to, as a painter, you know, for now 30 some years, I have to realize that I'm, you know, that thing about to thine own self be true. That's so true, you know. It's like, and then the one thing that I've realized about painting is that, for me, is that there is the cycles. There is the fallow time, and there's the other time of abundance, and you know, like fecundity. You know, like, yeah, it's happening, and then there's times when it's not happening, and then you have to kind of kick back and say, well, this is the time to, you know, maybe do something else, turn away, and just kind of be okay with it. It's, you know, it's dormant. If you feel that boredom or that lack of desire or something, and then you think, what I need is, you know, a change. Is like, I need to, instead of being in a cycle like nature, be in a linear way, you know, like, okay, that's done, and now something different, now something different, now something different. Like, keep trying to move away from what talked to you, because you're not feeling it, and you don't have the patience to wait for it to come back or to seek it out or something. Yeah, I think that's where you end up going to some kind of dead ends, you know. You think you're doing different, but and you are, but you're kind of, in a way, you're kind of getting away you're losing your way a little bit, getting away from yourself. Yes?
I think when you paint, whether it's a landscape or a portrait, it creates a bond that no matter how much you're attached to that scene or that spot or that person, it increases when you paint it. You spend so much time with it. And it's like falling in love, because the same things are there. You have kind of an obsession with the place or the person, and a desire to know everything about it, everything you're looking at, and then just bringing it all together. And it creates a bond that lasts forever.